and I'm going to record it actually just in case. Okie dokie. So let me share my screen. Okay, so welcome to Say Less and Mean More. This really is the difference between being a leader and really struggling to put forward your views in a very positive way. So tell me, where are you coming? Where are you from? Give me a note in the chat and tell me where you are. And I'm sure that you can see the chat. Can everyone see my screen? Is that okay? Everyone see my screen? Perfect.
Yes,
brilliant.
Yes, I can see.
Wonderful. Okay, so just drop a note in the chat. Tell me where you're from. I know some of you very well, but anyone that I don't know, please let me know where you're from. And then let's go. So if you've ever left a meeting thinking, why did I talk so much and still feel invisible? Today, we're going to change that. So let's get real. I have a client who's a project manager, and she told me, I was in a workshop. This is the first meeting that we had. I was in a workshop and I didn't say anything. And I was so angry with myself because it was my absolute area of expertise and I just couldn't say anything. Another of my clients had difficulty networking with senior decision makers. Once again, just didn't want to open her mouth and say anything because of lack of confidence. They didn't need better English. They needed more leadership in their speech. And today, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to go through. So why do we overtalk? Some people will just say nothing. And some people will just keep talking. And why we overtalk is nervous. You feel nervous. You use too many words. You want to sound smart. You add words so that you can just keep the conversation going. And this is where too many words kill the power of your message. So from today, your voice opens doors, not holds you back. Now, the tips and tricks and advice I'm going to give you today are going to be useful whether you are one of those people that sits quietly in a corner and says nothing and hopes that people don't ask you any questions. And it's also going to stop you if you waffle on and not get to the point. So both of those, if either of those things are your problem, then the tips I'm going to give you will help both of them. Okay, so there are 3 leadership tools, speaking tools that I'm going to give you. In addition, I'm going to give you 5 bonus secrets. Okay, so there's quite a lot coming your way. So we're going to go through chunk and pause. Which sounds... Hi, how are you? Would you please mute? Okay, brilliant. So if you have any questions, for those of you that are new, just drop them into the chat. I have the chat open so I can see what's going on. Okay, so we've got chunk and pause, which is a really cool name, and you're going to love what it does. There's power phrases. I know you've heard of these. Maybe you know some of them. Strategic silence is another one. Okay, plus there's 5 bonus secrets to keep every word powerful. So is everyone ready? I think so. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I love Tuesdays. Okay, so let's do chunk and pause. Basically, chunk and pause is to speak in short blocks and then pause and let people process. There's so much power in this. Pausing is one of the, I know that you didn't think I was going to say pausing, but pausing just allows you to develop or to have the presence that people will listen. People will listen to you if you're pausing because what they think what you're saying or what you're going to say is important and worth listening to. So they will listen more intently. So for example, let me give you a non-business example. If I say to you, how are you? And you say, great, thanks, how are you? Think how different that is to, how are you? Yeah, I'm doing really well today, actually. How are you? Don't you get the vibe that I'm actually thinking about how well I'm doing rather than just firing back, yeah, fine, how are you? Do you see what I mean? It's just a real slight difference, but really tells you that I'm thinking about your question and I'm giving you an answer that I've actually considered. So I'm going to give you some examples of messy and chunked. Okay? So you do the pause to breathe and to add the importance to what you're saying. So basically, I think we should, delay the launch because if you compare that to, we have to delay the launch. Full stop. All of a sudden, you sound like a leader. You sound like someone that absolutely, we need to delay the launch. There have been some supply delays and we need to get the client's approval. If you cut out, so basically, I think we should, maybe is a word that should be out of all of your vocabularies. There never should be a maybe in a business situation. Never a maybe, because you lose all of your leadership. Maybe. Could we do that? Maybe. Or could we do that? We can definitely do that. We can look into it. Absolutely not. Okay, got some more examples. Yeah, okay, so maybe we could try a different vendor if the budget allows. It's another messy one. Let's try a new vendor. If the budget allows, we can switch. Do you see the difference between those two phrases? I don't know. I think maybe we should check out with legal before we sign this, Or let's check with legal. Before signing, we need clarity. I think it might be a good idea to look at the numbers again before we decide. Let's review the numbers, then make a definite decision. Okay? Let me give you some more examples of where we can really use the pause. So, listen carefully. This affects everyone in this room. We have a choice. Lead the change or follow it. This is non-negotiable. We deliver on time. Can you feel the difference in what you're saying from the messy, let's maybe do this, to this is non-negotiable? Okay, it's a risk, but it's a calculated one. So, using the pauses to breathe will also give you a few extra seconds to calm your mind. So instead of thinking, oh, what am I going to say next? What am I going to say next? Just pause. And that will give you a few extra seconds instead of filling it up with, I think maybe, then you can just give yourself a few extra seconds and then say whatever it is you want to say. Does everyone like the chunk and pause? I'm loving the name. I've got to say, I'm loving the name. Okay, so the next one is power phrases without using is something that if you record yourself speaking, as I do, obviously, a lot. I say quite a lot. This is not an unusual thing. I'm not saying don't say but when you start to become aware of the fact you say then try and reduce the amount you say it. I think maybe, I just think. Don't use the word just, because it means, I just think, like my opinion is not important. Don't use the word just. I think, or I believe. What do you believe? What do you think? Give your opinion. I think maybe you're taking away all of the importance of that, whatever your thought is. So let's change that to, here's my recommendation. To be clear, in short, the key takeaway is, all of these make you sound decisive. They keep your words powerful. And they're like a deep breath for your mind. Take some of these, take your favorite ones. I'm not suggesting that you try and learn all of them. Take your favorite one or two, stick them on a sticky on your computer. And when you're having a meeting with whoever you're having a meeting with, just grab one of those and start with it. Because when you start saying, here's my recommendation, and then you pick out the key area, all of a sudden you're a leader talking. This is my recommendation based on my expertise, based on all of my years of experience. This is my recommendation. So much better than, well, I think maybe, or kind of, I've got a kind of idea about what I should be doing. Here's my recommendation. Standard shouted, here's my recommendation. I really know what I'm talking about. I'm going to give you my opinion. If they don't run with it, that's absolutely fine. But do you know what they'll remember? Is they'll remember that you had an intelligent thought that you were absolutely putting forward with oomph. Okay? If you say, well, I think that maybe, you're giving the impression that you don't really want to say it in case it's wrong. If you say, here's my recommendation, you absolutely know that it's a good recommendation. And have that confidence, because you're all sitting here as experts in your field. So have the confidence that your ideas are as good, if not better, than anyone else's in the room. If you're in the room, you deserve to be there, and they want to hear what you're saying. So you're already in the room. Make sure that you give. Don't be like one of my clients. Oh, I sat in a workshop and I didn't say anything because I didn't want to make a mistake. No, be in the workshop and be recognized for being in the workshop. That particular client went and did another workshop after working with me, and she was able to introduce herself freely to everyone that was there, and she gained so many new contacts. And she not only did she put forward her own ideas, but she was heading up they broke into breakout sections, and she was the head of her breakout section. Just because she had a little bit of extra confidence in her own expertise. I'm not sure, but replace that with, I recommend we move forward with. Okay? These phrases ground you. They are the start of a sentence that you can just add your expertise to. You don't have to worry about what should I say. These are the phrases that you just start with. My client also said, I stop overthinking and speak like a manager, not an intern. This is what one of my clients said. Okay. Over talkers fear silence. Leaders use it. Whenever you go into a situation where you have a good leader managing a section, watch how much they use silence. They don't use it necessarily in a deliberate way, but they're thinking about what they're hearing. They're absorbing the information. And also they use it for impact. So that's my idea. If you think my recommendation is clear, postpone the launch. When you pause, it lets it land. It gives the other person or the other people time to take it in. In this world of global organizations, there may well be a lot of other people whose native language is not English in the audience. And by giving everyone a second or so of pausing, you're actually allowing your information to soak in, whether they speak English as a first language or not. You're giving everyone time to absorb that piece of information. I had a meeting with a client today, and she said, by the time I've got my thoughts together, they've moved on to another subject. And so what you don't want is for other people to do that. So pause, maintain that control, and then carry on. Okay, we've got some bonus secrets. The leadership pause doesn't just come after phrases. It comes after key words. This is critical. We must act now. Our reputation is on the line. Let's protect it. This decision changes everything. So we need to be sure. When you start to speak now, pausing is one of the most impactful things that you can adopt. So if you don't listen to or don't do anything else in this training, use pausing more effectively and listen to other people, other experts, and see how often they pause. See what an impact that has. Okay, so another one is intentional intonation. Most of you will know that when you ask a question, you go up at the end. But when you're sharing your opinions, you should go down, because you're not asking a question, you're telling a fact. So rather than, I think it's okay, you're asking, is it okay? It's the right move. Go down. Maybe we could deliver by Friday. We'll deliver by Friday. I suppose that could work. That will work for our team. Intentional intonation. Another one, repetition. Tell them what you must have heard this. If you're doing presentations, tell them what you're going to tell them. Tell them what you've told them. Similar thing. When you have something important to say, repeat it. Oh, client trust first. Again, client trust first. Quality first. Always quality first. Customer trust is priceless. Let's protect it. Remember, customer trust is priceless. Okay. Strong, open, and close. You can absolutely prepare all of this in advance. Here's my recommendation. I just wanted to say, again, pick your favorite one and just pop it up on the computer. Here's my recommendation. So start with a positive. Start strong and end strong. Let's move ahead by Friday. So yeah, that's it. In short, the main takeaway is, what have you told them already? Okay, and the last bonus secret is body language. Hands open, shoulders relaxed, no fidgeting. When you pause, hold still. That silence and stillness scream confidence. These elements will keep your message powerful, even if your English is not perfect. There's a mindset secret I've got for you, which is particularly useful when you're online, in a meeting online. Imagine one supportive face. Pick your favorite person, your favorite client. Speak to that one person. Maybe put a sticker by the camera. And if you're speaking to that one person, maybe with a smile, because if you're smiling, it just gives everyone a much warmer feeling. I could sit here and frown at everyone. I mean, you know, nobody wants to be on the end of that. If you're smiling, it shows that you're a positive person, and that's always a good thing. Okay, so recap. The most important thing that you can do is everything you can do to improve your confidence. And the key phrases that I've given you, the pausing and the other 5 bonus tips, these are all elements that you only need to put 1 or 2 things and it will make a big difference as to how you are seen. So you've got the chunk and pause, power phrases, pause strategically, and then you've got the 5 bonus secrets. Leadership pause for keywords, intentional intonation, go down, not a question, it's a statement. Repetition, strong open and close. You can prepare your opens and closes now. Stick them up on your computer, and whenever you're in a meeting, you want to say something, you can prepare everything you want to say in advance. The more prepared you are, the more confident you will feel in addition. But using some of these key phrases, the power phrases, will absolutely keep you on track, even when someone asks you a question that you don't know the answer to. These protect your voice and your confidence. Practice daily. Just a little bit. If you practice doing these things daily, it becomes like an everyday thing. It just becomes very, very normal. Like, one pronunciation issue that I see time and time again is the pronunciation of TH. And you have to stick your tongue between your teeth to do the or the sound. And people that have a th sound find it really odd that they have to stick their tongue through their teeth for the first 4 or 5 times they do it. And then it just becomes very normal and very natural. Okay? Daily practice. This is the key. So I'm going to tell you about the Brain Gym, because if you found any of this useful, then I have created a Brain Gym for English fluency. So it's very difficult to make you confident overnight, and for you to start using the correct phrases here and there overnight. It's very difficult to do that. But you practice daily. And that's why I made this Brain Gym. I created it for 2 of my clients, who one waffled and one stayed silent, and they both found it incredibly useful, and lots of other people have since. So it trains you how to use your pauses and trains you in phrases, trains you how to control your nerves and how to protect your words. So today only, we have a special bonus, which is a leadership speaking cheat sheet, which is 1-page guide with all of the secrets that I've given you today to keep on your desk or your phone. It's just a PDF. You can print it off. So your words always open doors, never close them. One of my clients used it. She used one of the phrases I gave her, and she came back the following week and said, I feel it. The way I speak now is stronger, clearer, more confident. These phrases have completely changed the way I express my ideas at work. One of the phrases was the key change for her, and the rest of them have just reinforced those. So this is what I want for you. I'm going to put the link in the chat. The Brain Fluency, Brain Gym for English Fluency. You have a welcome video, a 5-minute warm-up audio. So to calm your nerves and switch on clear, fluent speaking. So it just kind of almost practices. It's like if you're a singer, not that I am a singer, but you practice, say, moving your mouth, and you practice with the different notes. It's like that, but for speaking. Anchor and flow demonstration. Interrupt recovery practice. So you actually can interrupt. I will help you to practice interrupting someone else, or rather than being interrupted and then carrying on your point. Confidence prompt cards so that you can print them off, have them close to you so that you have all the phrases that you need, no matter what the situation. So if you're going into a meeting, you're making a presentation, all of these amazing things. There's a daily fluency routine, what to do every day, just for 5 minutes, that will help with your leadership in English. No overwhelm, no wasted time, just results. It includes games to help you to improve your vocabulary and puts everything together. So there's a phrase bank, strong versus weak cheat sheet. This is kind of key. Vocabulary and fluency games. So replace your hesitant, vague words with assertive, polished language that earns you respect, trust, and promotions. There's a QR code there for those of you that are interested. It is the most amazing. It makes all the difference in the world, because if you start to use these words, phrases, you will feel more confident and you will appear more confident. Even if your English isn't perfect, even if you can't find the exact right words to say what you want to say, when you start off with the power phrases, everything else just slots into place. Okay. Right now, the Brain Gym is only 37 euros. The price is going up to 49 in the next couple of days. But if you buy today, you will get the leadership cheat sheet. Okay. Your voice changes lives. So by saying less, you can mean more and open doors. Your voice changes lives, starting with yours. Okay. Hello. I'm sorry, I don't know what happened. We just kind of, I lost it a little bit there.
Yes,
Everyone
yes,
disappeared.
yes.
Everyone disappeared.
You were frozen, and yes, it's like we cannot connect with you. Okay,
Yes.
maybe some connection problems, maybe internet.
Yes, maybe. We do. It seems to be cold in Malta. No, not at all.
Not.
No, not at all. It's very warm. I've got the fan on. That's why, in fact, that's why I'm wearing the headphones, because I've got a fan. Okay, so how are you doing? Did everyone find that useful? Everyone's quiet.
Yes, I think it is quite authentic. Yes, your message too. I believe that it will be useful for us. We need, for me, like clear. It will be useful because usually I'm quite talkative when